I don't know why the game is acting this way, but whatever. Just kind of have to deal with it at this point. Why are y'all holding your positions?
It's going. Yes.
Wait. There's a mage down there that pulled my trick?
It's going. How amusing! I'm all right. I'm all right.
Now we go into that. Well done.
That ogre went down
My lord,
super fast.
you're here. Thank goodness.
What's happened here?
I don't rightly know. Riordan of the Grey Wardens arrived this morning, just ahead of the Darkspawn. I was told he has urgent news and to send out patrols to watch for your arrival. Then we were attacked.
Take me inside. There must be no more
I
delays.
should take you to the hall right away, my lord. They'll be waiting for you there.
It is a relief to see you unharmed. And you as well, Alistair. The Darkspawn that attacked Redcliffe were relatively few in number, I'm afraid. It was assumed the Horde was marching in this direction, but that is not true.
Riordan tells us that the bulk of the Horde is in fact heading towards Denerim. They are perhaps 2 days away from the capital.
How certain are we that this is good information?
I ventured close enough to listen in, as it were. I am quite certain.
And we need to march at once.
There is, I'm afraid, one other piece of news that is of even greater concern. The Archdemon has shown itself. The dragon is at the head of the Horde.
Make her preserve us.
And we won't be able to reach Denerim within 2 days.
We must begin a forced march to the capital immediately with what we have. Denerim must be defended at all costs.
I agree. We've collected an army. Let's use
The Horde
it.
must be defeated. But the Archdemon is our true target. And only the Grey Wardens can defeat the Archdemon. That is why we must go.
Then we march. And hope the army collected here gives you the chance you need. Arleman, how long before the army can set out?
By daybreak, Your Majesty.
Then give the order. The longer we delay, the longer Denerim will be at the mercy of the Horde.
And we're off to war. Let's do it.
I will give the orders at once, and will notify you the moment we are ready to march.
Excellent.
Then if you and
Excellent.
Alistair could meet me before you retire, we have Grey Warden business to discuss.
I will have someone show you to your rooms. I suggest you all get some rest while you can. We will need it.
All right.
And what word have we from Orzammar? Has House Claret sent their men, or haven't they?
They're stalling, which is as good as a no.
House Claret's feud with House Romald has flared up again since their son died in that Deep Roads business. So naturally they're pleading the need for self-defense.
Fine time to start with that nonsense again. I've half a mind to... Evening to you, Grey Warden. I didn't realize you were still up and about.
Is there a problem with the Dwarven forces?
Nothing that can be dealt with now, I'm afraid. Just one of the houses being thicker than the stone that made them.
Once all of this Blight business is done, there will be a reckoning in the Assembly.
They're probably half hoping we'll all wind up dead. That way they'll have one of the strongest forces left in Orzammar.
Enough to face the Darkspawn all on their own, I suppose? That's exactly the kind of half-arsed thinking that got us into the mess after Endron passed.
It was our good fortune that you decided to go to Orzammar when you did, Grey Warden. For all that a surfacer needed our help, I expect we needed yours more.
Shouldn't you all be resting?
Resting? Who can rest after the march we had just getting here? You tall races have it so easy.
That and we're kept up thinking about the coming battle.
Are things truly that desperate? Do we stand a chance of losing?
We'll find a way to win. We
I
must.
hope you're right. Under the open sky is a terrible place to consider dying, that's for sure.
Right. Off to camp with both of you, and keep the drunkenness to a minimum. We have a long way to go yet. Pleasant evening to you, Grey Warden, and good fortune on the field of battle.
It's like, nope. We've explored this place. See anything interesting? Apparently not.
It speaks.
I have some
It
questions.
doesn't have better things to do.
Are those crystals
I
in your
like to think
skin?
of them as accessories.
Do all golems have them?
I suspect that it is an art that was practiced when golems were more, commonplace. My former master collected whatever lore he could find on the subject. He searched far and wide to collect what crystals he could and then added them. It is not an unpleasant sensation.
So they're decoration?
As I understand it, the crystals allow me to alter the flow of magic around me. Wilhelm had hoped to turn me into a battery of mana, something he could tap at will.
But they can do other things too?
Some of the crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb or reflect spells. There are various kinds. All I can promise is that should it ever find one of these crystals, I can likely tell it the function and what it would do if added to me.
Would you be willing to have more added?
Why not? I don't get to wear clothing and other adornments like the rest of you creatures after all. That answers its question, I assume? Unless it has more.
No, no more questions.
Better to save them for the next random stranger it decides to interrogate. Let us leave now.
I know that look. You have something on your mind, don't you? Redcliffe? I know little of it except that it is the domain of the Earl of Redcliffe. Is the clay here red? There are places, the blood of 1,000... Perhaps Redcliffe has one such tale. Something I can help with?
Like to talk to you about something?
What's on your mind? Of course I do. I love stories far too...
Oh, never mind. Hogren, what are you doing?
I got a moment, sure.
I'd like to know more about you. Maybe some other time. Talk more later.
Aye, alright then.
I have been mistaken.
What do you mean?
You are a soldier worthy to stand among the Beresad. I did not think so when we first met.
What changed your mind?
You did, of course. The day will come when the Arishok sends us here. On that day, I will not look to find you on the battlefield.
I hope I won't see you then, too.
There is no point in dwelling on it. We should move on.
Let's go.
As you wish.
What's on your mind?
I'd like to ask you something
I will
about the
answer
circle.
to the best of my ability.
Nothing right now. I'm not asking that question.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out.
I should go. Sandal.
Enchantment?
I want some enchantment. Enchanting done.
Enchantment?
Let's level up some characters, such as Ogren. I believe he has to have one more. That's complete. Morgan needs level up.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please.
Let me see your wares. Excuse me.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on...
Goodbye. Enchantment? And...
Time to go upstairs.
All right. I'm off.
I await your command.
There you are. There you are. Let's go see what Riordan has to say.
You're both here. Good. You're new to the Grey Wardens, and you may not have been told how an archdemon is slain. I need to know if that is so.
You mean there's more to it than just, say, chopping off its head?
So it is true. Duncan had not yet told you. I had simply assumed. Tell me, have you ever wondered why the Grey Wardens are needed to defeat the Darkspawn?
I assume it has something to do with the taint in us?
That is exactly what it involves. The Archdemon may be slain, as any other Darkspawn, but should any other than a Grey Warden do the slaying, it will not be enough. The essence of the beast will pass through the taint to the nearest Darkspawn and will be reborn anew in that body. The dragon is thus all but immortal. But if the Archdemon is slain by a Grey Warden, its essence travels into the Grey Warden instead.
That doesn't sound very healthy.
The Darkspawn is an empty, soulless vessel, but a Grey Warden is not. The essence of the Archdemon is destroyed, and so is the Grey Warden.
Meaning... the Grey Warden who kills the Archdemon dies?
Yes. Without the Archdemon, the Blight ends. It is the only way.
Is there no other way? Must a Grey Warden die?
As far as we know, the transfer of the Archdemon's essence is automatic. If one of us is not present when the killing blow is made, it is all for nothing. There is no other way. For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
So it's up to the three of us to kill this thing.
In Blight's past, when the time came, the eldest of the Grey Wardens would decide which amongst them would take that final blow. If possible, the final blow should be mine to make. I am the eldest, and the taint will not spare me much longer. But if I fail, the deed falls on you. The Blight must be stopped now, or it will destroy all of Ferelden before the rest of the Grey Wardens can assemble. Remember that. But enough. There will be much to do tomorrow, and little enough time to rest before it. I will let you return to your rooms.
I will see you once the army is ready to march, then. I guess this ends soon. One way or another.
That it does, my friend. That it does.
But the Grey Wardens soon learned otherwise. Their tainted blood found them to the Archdemon, and they could hear it, feel it, as it died and was born anew, its spirit drawn possessed the nearest tainted creature. The Darkspawn were mindless, soulless, empty shells of flesh that could be bent and remade in the dragon's image. But a man's soul was not so malleable. When a warden's hand struck a fatal blow against Dumat, the old god's spirit was drawn not to a Darkspawn, but to the man who had slain him. At that moment, the souls of both the warden and the Archdemon were utterly destroyed, and the dragon rose no more. The Blight was over. Alright, so I'm going to call things here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.